What's up, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of the Natty Teacher. Okay, first and foremost, wanted to give a quick, awesome shout out to you guys because we are at over 150 subscribers in all of, roughly 10 days-ish, 10, 11 days or so. Can't believe it. It's awesome. Channel's growing pretty solid, growing pretty quick. So I'm going to keep the content pumped out. And yeah, we're going to keep rocking and rolling, man. So for this 150 subscriber special here, we have a Natty Push B session. That is our lesson today. We got a Push B session, okay? Nice balance between chest and front delt work and some side lateral work, of course, and some triceps to top it off. Then we will have some direct abdominal training towards the end and go from there. So the first exercise you're going to see me doing is a neutral grip machine press. Now, just as a reminder, I should say, for these last couple weeks of my training, you will see that I'll be working within a little bit higher rep ranges than I usually do for my top sets. Usually my top sets, I will keep in that 4 to 6, maybe 7 rep range. For these last couple weeks, that will be down to probably that 8 to 12 rep range, or I should say up to that 8 to 12 rep range. So we'll drop the weight maybe 10, 20% and really work on getting, again, that deep stretch, getting a nice pump, but not annihilating the muscle. Okay, remember, as of right now, for the volume has dropped just a little bit overall these last couple weeks, as we have had another drop in calories, and also I want to make sure that my body is coming in as fatigue-free as possible. Obviously, we're not just going to take time off from the gym. We need to keep, the body moving forward and getting more and more carved out and etched out. We're at that point right now where it's kind of just the minute details for these last couple weeks. So we're trying to bring those details out, really get good deep ranges of motion, good squeezes, good pumps, all that kind of fun stuff. We'll have a deload week, our last week during peak week, to really back off the training. So we're still training really hard right now, just with slightly less weight and more reps. So, and again, slightly less volume, okay? Just to make sure that our recovery is on point, and then we are still moving forward. So the first exercise you're gonna see me do, a neutral grip machine press on the chest. Again, a little bit of a higher, rep range for the top set. So you'll see me hop into that right about now. All right, so starting off strong with a neutral grip machine press. Again, what we're really trying to emphasize here, guys, is stretching those pecs all the way back. You can see those handles are going parallel just below my lower chest, and then we are pressing all the way through and squeezing those pecs hard, getting a little front delt recruitment on this exercise as well. Ain't nothing wrong with that, but again, really focusing on getting that deep stretch. We did top set of 6 here, dropped the weight, a little over 10%, and did a back off set of 10. Again, really focusing on that stretch and control. Felt really good. Okay, next exercise, one I got to play with a little bit here, a high incline dumbbell press. Now, this one here, as you can see, this isn't super heavy. I think these are like the 85s. What we're trying to do here is essentially control that weight all the way down, bring the weight down to the shoulder and really the clavicle area here. We have the bench at a 60-degree angle, so it is pretty high. We did a top set here of 6 as well, and then a back off set of 10, dropping the weight about 20%. Felt really good, and I really prefer this over the Smith machine. Definitely excited to progress this in the off season. Hopefully, up to the hundreds for 6 pretty quickly. I definitely foresee that happening. Then after that, did some incline dumbbell flies. You can really see here, I am emphasizing that stretch, guys. Really milk that stretch for all it's worth. Control that retraction on the way down. We got a nice soft pause in the bottom of the movement. So we're really, you can see I'm holding those dumbbells at the bottom after I get that full stretch. You don't have to have a crazy bend in your elbow. I think people have this weird misconception that you have to have this really heavy, like 90-degree bend. It's like, gotta hug a tree. And it's like, sure, but think about a really big tree that you're trying to hug. Not just like a small, little, tiny, basic-looking tree. We're looking for a thick boy tree that we're trying to hug. And you're gonna need, a little bit less bend to get around that bad boy. So again, we have a top set here. I think these are the 50-pound dumbbells. Rocking that out for a solid solid controlled set of, I want to say around 13 reps here. And then we did a back off set with the 40s for, man, around, I think it was 18 reps. So this one, keeping the reps in that roughly 12 to 20 rep range, keeping it higher, really focusing on the squeeze, getting that nice stretch and getting a nice contraction at the top. Do not slam those dumbbells together at the top. That is not the point. We're not trying to, lose that tension. We're stopping the dumbbells just short of touching at the top because we want to keep that chest firing and keep that tension on there. So again, that was the chest portion of this push day, 6 total working sets. Then we moved on to some cable side laterals. This is the side delt portion. This is actually my second set here. This was my back off set, so you're going to see a few extra reps here. I think this was a set of maybe like 12 or so. We'd already done a top set. That was actually 6 reps, coincidentally. Did a back off set, dropped the weight just about 10%, was able to rock out quite a bit more. Even a 5-pound difference, coincidentally, was significant on cable side laterals. But again, we are using that cuff, taking the hand out of it and allowing the arm to track down across the body and then get a really good full range of motion at the top of the movement here and really pump the crap out of those side delts. Again, this is the second working set. We did 3 working sets here. So after this one, I dropped the weight, I believe another 10 pounds and rocked that out for a set of 15. So usually I will, like I said, I did that one heavy top set, but you will usually see me do this exercise between the 8 to 20 rep range or so, really focusing on that nice, squeeze and contraction. Again, really, you can see I'm getting that fully extended range of motion. Trying not to bend my arm too much, and again, allowing that hand to track across the body. I like to think that those fibers in the side delt are stretching across my body to a certain extent, at least enough to where I'm not, using too much momentum to get that cable up, but am really still getting that really good stretch, and again, that full range of motion at the top. Not really training super close to failure here. I'd say close to failure, but not too failure today. Felt really good. So now on to the triceps. This was, again, also a back off set here. I had already done a top set of 8. It was actually a weight PR for me, all-time PR with this exercise. So my triceps, if anything, have actually gotten stronger over the course of this prep, so that's been really cool. And it was also the same thing in the next exercise, too, was a weight and rep PR, so that was awesome. So I think my top set on this long rope tricep extension was 130 pounds, did that for a set of 8. This was my first back off set, which was 110 pounds, did this for a set of 10, and then we dropped the weight again about 20% to 90 pounds. And that one we rocked out for 11 reps. So again, keeping that rep range in that roughly about 8 to 12 rep range for these 3 sets. Again, really milk that stretch at the bottom. You can see me grinding it out here. Get that last rep, and then finish with a stretch at the bottom, and we'll go from there. Tricep extension machine. Underrated machine if you do it correctly. Again, what you're going to see here is, again, I am getting those arms essentially fully straightened out, bringing those handles all the way to the top of my head here. Find an angle that's comfortable for you. The only issue that I have with this exercise is the fact that it does not have a way to buckle in. So the stability is definitely a factor as far as, stability and strength. But I have, figured out a way to kind of lock my feet in a little bit more efficiently. That seems to be better, seems to be helping out quite a bit. So again, 2 working sets here. This was the top set. I think, again, actually coincidentally, 130 pounds here for a set of 10. Again, maybe had 1 or 2-ish reps in the tank, but we are not trying to overdo the exercises right now at this point, being 2.5 weeks out, training close to failure, but not 2 or beyond it. So really just trying to keep those reps solid and making sure that we are, again, kind of milking the body as much as we possibly can without destroying it here, so we can really get the most recovery. Again, so it was 5 total working sets of triceps. So 6 total working sets of chest, 3 total working sets of direct side delt work, and 5 total working sets of triceps here. All right, the natty teacher is a lying son of a gun. Tell you what, I don't mean to put myself on blast like that, but absolutely lied to you guys. Straight up said I was going to do some top sets closer to 10 to 12, and I did that for a handful of exercises, probably the vast majority, at least 10 to 12. But for the first 2 exercises, not the case. We were doing some top sets of 6. I was feeling strong, man, even with my, drop in calories this past week. Feel great. I got to admit, I feel great. Getting some really good sleep. Recovery has been on point still feel relatively full, but leaner for sure, and tighter and harder. All the things you want to feel 2.5 weeks out. And dude, I'm feeling great. So some push-its, some major pushage had today. A++ workout, man. Felt phenomenal. 12 out of 10. Just dubs across the board, man. That was a victory royale type push workout for sure. Tomorrow, we got a great workout. One of my favorites, pull. All of them are my favorites, to be honest. But I love pull workouts. So we have our pull B session, more of our upper back, traps, rhomboid session, all that kind of fun stuff. You know, and then some rear delts, biceps, all that jazz. So join me tomorrow for that. And for today, I'm the Natty Teacher. And school is out. I'll see y'all tomorrow.